Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, folks, sampler V series V's I do for a lot. I go over there, try food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm gonna talk about the stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. We're getting close to fall, and this is a bit of a fall thing, but it's not fall weather. It's warm out today, so you might see me patting myself down a little bit as I begin to sweat. But anyway, it's super simple format, folks. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items. Whilst I'm doing that, I'm inside the truck. Whilst I'm inside the truck, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when those two things coincide, well, it means I'm in the truck and I'm wearing a super cool shirt. But when it also means I messed up my intro just a little bit. But when I wear a super cool shirt, I like to highlight super cool shirt. Super cool shirt am I wearing today? Boom! It's my GoBots Battle of the Rock Lords shirt. Which, if you're not familiar, GoBots were /are, but, mostly were. They're a series of transforming robot toys that came out around the same time as another particular transforming robot brand, the Transformers. Back in the 80s, there was a little bit of a head-to-head between the Transformers and the GoBots. Transformers obviously won out, but the GoBots, they did go over there and put up a reasonable fight for, what they were able to do. And I know, in some markets, I think they did kind of beat out Transformers. I think in, certain parts of South America, maybe, and I could be wrong on this, but I believe they actually still make Transformers, I believe they still make GoBots, brand new ones. It's the old molds and the old designs and everything, but they still go over there and produce them every now and again. Although I don't know if they're called GoBots over there, because, different regions, different names, but I love the GoBots. Battle of the Rock Lords was their attempt to challenge the Transformers movie. Both of the movies actually just completely flopped, but I love them both anyway. Anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? Why is it like a fall item kind of thing? Well, folks, I just got through reviewing a new breakfast sandwich from Panera Bread. It's wrote it down. Ham, egg, and cheese cinnamon crunch bagel sandwich. Go check that one out. And when I was looking over their menu, they had something else, and they're like, it's back! What is it? Boom! It's this! It's turkey chili, which is definitely more of a fall item. Not really much of a breakfast item, but it was available, and I like chili, so yes, indeed. And I'm going to go through the bits and bobs of it. I got a bowl, which is apparently $8.99, which is a bit much, considering it's $2 more than the sandwich was. It consists of dark turkey meat without antibiotics, they stress that, turkey broth, kidney beans, chickpeas, tomatoes, onions, carrots, green chilies, edamame, tomatillos, and cumin. A lot of stuff in this one. I've never had their chili. Oh, and it comes with a thing of bread, as you'd expect from Panera Bread. I've never had their chili. I'm interested to see what they have on offer. Let's see if we can't. Can we get a thing? And then let's try to get a nice picture with this thing. Yeah. Okay. Now let's actually eat it. There's also corn in here. They did not list corn on the ingredients list, but there's corn in here. Not that I'm complaining. I like corn. I did specifically go to their website and looked up the recipe, so. It's not bad chili. It's got some decent stuff going on with it. It has a lot of ingredients, which can be good or bad when it comes to chili. Sometimes chili is best when it's just simple, when you just stick to the basics. But other times, you can spruce it up and everything, give it a little complexity, a little added depth. The flavor of the chili is decent. You're tasting, it tastes like chili. Now, mind you, different chilies taste very different. But it has a lot of flavor, and there's a certain amount of depth to it. I wouldn't say it's particularly deep, but I've definitely had far weaker chilies than this. There's some stuff going on there. One thing I will say personally, I like in a chili, I like a little heat. It doesn't have to be like overly spicy, although to be fair, sometimes really spicy chili is good too. But I do like a little extra oomph. You know, it creates that contrast that I like. You know, you get the nice richness of the chili and, you know, the different depth of flavor, and then just kind of finish it off with, you know, almost like a palate cleanser, you know, just a little heat. There's really no heat, or at least extremely minimal. I mean, it's seasoned nicely. The turkey aspect of it, I mean, you know, different people have different opinions on turkey chili. Some people think it's blasphemous, you know, that you just, you know, you got to use beef, you got to do it the normal way. I'm fine, fuck it, man. If chili's good, chili's good. Beef is probably the better protein, I would say, for it. But if you got good turkey chili, I ain't got a problem with that. I will say, too, because of the way it's seasoned, honestly, you can hardly tell that it's turkey. Like, there's meat in there for sure, but I wouldn't think it particularly tastes like turkey at this point. It's all the other seasonings and flavors are kind of, you know, doing their part. You get a decent amount of turkey in it, too. I mean, you know what? I'm honestly perfectly okay with this. I didn't expect to not be. Panera does a pretty good job, although it can be a little bit hit or miss. But, I mean, you know, like I said, like, for me, if I want some chili, which I pretty much always want chili realistically, but if I want some chili, you know, I want it to have, you know, I typically like it to have some depth of character. I like it to, you know, have a little personality, you know, something that makes it stand out from, you know, just generic chili. You know, I'd like a little extra bite, but I think this one, for what it's doing, I mean, you don't get a lot of fast food chili. And even then, that depends on if you consider Panera fast food. But considering they got my order ready in 10 minutes, it's pretty quick. You know, the only one that I can really think of is like Wendy's. Where does this stand next to Wendy's? This is better than Wendy's, for sure. It has more depth. There's more going on with it. And while I enjoy some Wendy's chili, I've always been, you know, I think it's perfectly fine. You know, neither one is going to really match up against, like, a proper homemade chili. My friend Frank, who occasionally watches my videos, I love you, Frank, he makes some bomb-ass chili. Like, he's actually won chili competitions with his dad with how good his chilies are. He home grows his own peppers and everything. Ah, it's très magnifique. It's really, really good. This is not going to go over there and stand up against, like, a proper homemade chili. But it's not as far off as it could have been. Like, they put a lot of ingredients in there. It doesn't feel like watered down or like just some weak-ass shit that they put on the menu just to be like, fuck you, we have chili. It's a decent chili. And I think all things considered, I like it. I like the flavor. I like the, you know, level of complexity that they're given to it. And like I said, really the only point of contention that I have in any major regard is just I personally like a little heat with my chili. Which would have been nice if they'd had that as an option. Like, hey, do you want it to be a little extra spicy? You know, we'll toss in a little something. But that's some pretty good chili. 2 questions I have to be asked, though. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Yes, and kind of. I could see getting this again. You know, I mean, chili's not that hard to make, at least basic chili. I'll occasionally make chili of my own. It's not great by any means, because I'm just doing basic bitch stuff. Typically open can, pour into thing, heat up for X amount of time. This is better than that. It's better than the bullshit that I make. But, you know, again, it's not going to satisfy me if I really want some proper chili, but it's a quick, easy pickup for me, And in terms of that being available, it's like, yeah, well, like I said, it's better than, I would say it's better than Wendy's, so it's got that going for it. I might actually get this again. Now, if I'm recommending it to other people, I would say it entirely depends on how competent you are at making your own chili and or how available it is to you. Because if you have really good chili available, like let's say somebody, you know, maybe yourself or maybe somebody in your family makes really good chili, there's not a lot of reason for this other than mild convenience. But if you're like me where you enjoy some chili and maybe you just don't want to go through the bullshit and, you know, you just want to get a fucking sandwich or something, have something on the side, this is some good chili. This is some good chili. So, you know, I would recommend it. Again, if specifically you don't have access to better chili. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of the day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your folks. You can go over there, have yourselves a truly proper chili-tastic rest of your life, because chili is just really good, man. It's like it just works, and there's depths of flavor and complexities and things, and it is like, I actually, my friend Frank, who I mentioned earlier, I actually, not this year, but last year, I was at one of the chili competitions that he took part in. And it was really interesting, you know, all these homemade chilies, just how different they could all be. You know, like you think chili, yeah, chili's chili. It's like, no, man, chili can be hugely different depending on where you're at with it. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do all the time, I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to be not be an asshole. It's probably the easiest thing in the world to be an asshole, if we're honest. You know, life can be stressful, frustrating, etc. It can be too damn hot, so I'm literally over here and like it's getting so warm in the truck that I'm having a little difficulty breathing because my nose is starting to get stopped up. Hence the door being opened. But, so I apologize for the light and everything. Just is what it is. Where was I going with that? It is important when we run into situations where we, you know, are frustrated, stressful, etc. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks. Do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there. Maybe you're like me. Maybe these fall items coming out so early is beginning to taunt you and make you a little bit insane. Because you're like, God, yes, okay, fall is magical and wonderful. When does the heat stop? I don't like the heat. I just don't like the heat, folks. I just, you know, and it's like, some people like the heat. I remember when I worked at the gas station, this one lady who came in, she was awesome. She was a super cool lady. But the one point of contention that we had was the heat. Because what with me being the only person up there at night, when I was running the gas station, I mean, when the summer hit, man, I would crank the AC up. And she'd come in, she'd be like, why do you always keep it so cold? I'm like, because I fucking hate the heat. And I love the heat. I work on the floor, and it's 90 plus degrees. I love it. I was like, you're lucky I like you. No, she was actually super fucking cool. But I can't get along with the heat. But maybe you do, and maybe if you do, you enjoy it, and good on you if you do, I guess. I just don't like the heat. Anyway, bye.